Good morning. Rise and shine, Wolfpack. The day is yours if you want it. Don't be afraid to put in hard work. I've had to work my ass off my entire fucking life, ever since my dad passed away when I was 19. Doesn't get any easier, but it does get a little easier in terms of all the different shit that you have to tackle in life. Whether it's getting the body of your dreams, the job of your dreams, the girl of your dreams, the life of your dreams, the car of your dreams. You put in the work, you will see the results. You just have to be consistent, focused, and passionate about what you want in life, and you could have everything. So let's get it, kick ass, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Day 2 of the vlog. Anthony Carboni of MadWhips.com and Wolf Millionaire here. Today's toughest decision is deciding which one of these favorite Nike tech fleeces I'm going to wear because it's gym day. Stay tuned, and hope you're having a great morning. You'll see my morning is a little bit of a groundhog day. One thing I do like to do that keeps me super efficient on point every day is make sure that I have everything that I'm going to do in the morning, my morning routine laid out before I get up in the morning. I do it before bed, so I've got my coffee, my fresh press out. I've got the Brain Octane. We're going to grind some fresh coffee. We're going to set up with some pre-workout supplements, and I'll go through that in a bit. And I even have my gym bag packed, shaker bottle, protein shake, all ready to go so that there's absolutely zero excuses for me not to go to the gym. Not that I would ever need to give myself an excuse not to go to the gym, but trust me, when you're starting out, packing your bag, having it, at the front door, having everything ready for you in the morning just makes it that much easier. Let's talk about supplements. For the last year that I've been working out super hardcore, 3 days a week with my trainer, all I've been taking is protein and glutamine. Glutamine because it helps my stomach. I've got a little bit of a stomach irritation. Doctors say it's because of stress. It's pretty common, I guess, for an entrepreneur. So now I'm going to kind of take it up to the next level, and I've increased some of my supplements. I'm starting to take some creatine, some BCAAs, and some citrulline malate, along with a electrolyte hydrator. None of these companies are paying me to talk about this. This is just my personal brands that I like to use. Best bang for buck, they're brands I've used for a while. And on top of that, I use the Daily Vitamin by Animal. And, I've read everything out there regarding supplementation, right down to vitamins, whether they actually really do anything for us, and whether they do or they don't. For me, the personal daily habit of going through and having the healthy breakfast, having my stuff ready, having vitamins, keeps me on point and keeps my focus on working out. And that is my focus for 2018, is to continue to build a super healthy body, the body of my dreams, just like I did for the last 3 years, creating the job and life of my dreams, thanks to Instagram and social media. Yeah. Let's talk about supplements. For the last year that I've been working out super hardcore, 3 days a week with my trainer, all I've been taking is protein and glutamine. Glutamine because it helps my stomach. I've got a little bit of a stomach irritation. Doctors say it's because of stress. It's pretty common, I guess, for an entrepreneur. So now I'm going to kind of take it up to the next level, and I've increased some of my supplements. I'm starting to take some creatine, some BCAAs, and some citrulline malate, along with a electrolyte hydrator. None of these companies are paying me to talk about this. This is just my personal brands that I like to use. Best bang for buck, they're brands I've used for a while. And on top of that, I use the Daily Vitamin by Animal. And, I've read everything out there regarding supplementation, right down to vitamins, whether they actually really do anything for us, and whether they do or they don't. For me, the personal daily habit of going through and having the healthy breakfast, having my stuff ready, having vitamins, keeps me on point and keeps my focus on working out. And that is my focus for 2018, is to continue to build a super healthy body, the body of my dreams, just like I did for the last 3 years, creating the job and life of my dreams, thanks to Instagram and social media. Yeah. Ashwagandha and Rolora are the only other two, supplements I take, and I've been taking them for a couple years. They are herbs. They are natural. The ashwagandha here is I can't even read it, Ayurvedic adaptogen. It's free radical scavenger immune system support, and the Rolora helps to alleviate symptoms associated with stress. They've been recommended to me by people in the workout circuit. They've been recommended to me by health practitioners. They've been recommended to me by just my mentors. And I actually notice a little bit less stress in the day, a little bit ability to focus during tough times when you've got a lot on your plate. So if you want, check them out. I highly suggest these two naturopathic herbs. I really only have one coffee a day. Sometimes I have an espresso around 5 or 6 at night to get me through the night. But for the most part, just a coffee. And I enjoy brewing a French press, because I enjoy the habit of making my coffee in the morning. It's pretty simple. Grind up some your favorite coffee, pour in a little bit of hot water, let it sit for a couple minutes, let the grinds really soak in, and then add the rest of your hot water, let it sit for 3 or 4 minutes depending on, how strong you like your coffee. And then I add my brain octane, my MCT oils, which help with my focus. I absolutely notice a huge difference when I'm working and I have 3 or 4 projects on the go. Unfortunately, in today's fast-paced world, I do have to multitask, and in order to do that efficiency, this brain octane, the MCT oils are extremely important. So if you're having trouble focusing, bust out a coffee, blend in some MCT oils, check them out, and let me know how you like it. When gym is life and you're truly dedicated to your workout regimen, this should be what your dishwasher looks like every morning. A bunch of blender cups and blender springs and measuring cups. Unfortunately, I'm not always on top of my game. I forgot to pick up spinach last night, so it looks like we're having 3 eggs and an English muffin for our morning breakfast. Another mission and challenge that I've given myself this year is to read a book every 2 weeks. So far, so good. So far this week, or this year, I've read the 12-week year and almost through Becoming Facebook. I ordered 2 more books. Expert Secrets, The Underground Playbook to Find Your Message, Build a Tribe, and Change the World by Russell Brunson. I just noticed this, which is pretty cool. The forward's done by Robert Kiyosaki. If you have never read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, go out right now, download or buy that book and read it. And when you're done, leave a comment below and tell me how much you love that book and how much more you have an appreciation for money and different revenue streams. The next book that was recommended to me was called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. How to lose your mind and create a new one. Again, some self-development pieces to continue to expand my mind and break old habits, which is super important if you want to be successful in life. Their secret ingredient to what I consider my personal best transformation I've seen in the last 20 years that I've been working out is using beef collagen peptides as my protein source. I've used everything out there, every single way, every single clean way, every single plant-based protein. And I just started using a collagen-based protein that I can have 3 or 4 times a day in between meals. It seems to be unobtrusive in my stomach. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel like I'm bloated. Super clean. I put a scoop of it in my coffee, and it is working out. I don't, Custom Collagen is one of the cheapest brands out there that I found. I've tried every single collagen product out there, from the most expensive to this one, which is the best bang for buck. I buy it on Amazon. The other thing I want to mention is, while I do enjoy scotches and cigars, wines, I haven't touched any of this in years. It literally sits here for when my friends come over. I'm a martini guy. I have a dirty vodka martini, maybe once, maybe twice a week. That's the extent of my drinking, and that's literally what it's been like for the last 3 or 4 years, ever since I lost my job and started to be a full-time entrepreneur. And that's the sacrifice and commitment that I have to being successful. And if you want to do the same, you should cut out partying and doing all that kind of stupid shit. It's still fine to have fun, but when it gets in the way of your gains, your workout, your hot yoga, and your mental focus, that's when you have to cut it out. A lot of you have emailed me or DM'd me about these MadWhips shirts that I wear. They're my work shirts. I think I'm going to start selling them. I just have to do some research. I literally buy these t-shirts from a store in Toronto called Get Fresh on Queen. They're not cheap. They're fitted. They're predominantly a scoop tee, and I love them. And then I go and I put on the MadWhips logo on the front and back, and they're kind of my work shirts, and now they've turned into be my workout shirts. And a lot of people are asking for them, so I'm going to see if I can get them done, created properly, and list them for sale, because I know a lot of you want to rock them. One thing I've never been a fan of is watching a lot of TV. I haven't had cable TV since university, and then in university I think I stole it from my neighbor. So anything I want to watch, I download or watch it from Popcorn Time. If you don't know about that app, check it out, download it. You'll thank me later. All these little cars that I bought, I got them all in the US, and I got them all at like CVS for like $5. And they're pretty good quality. You know, got a McLaren P1, Gumpert. This one I actually got from McLaren. Kind of busted the mirrors off because I actually play with these things. And I got a Huracan. We've got a 675 LT and a Ford GT. These are my Snapchat spectacles, and this is my backup phone. This here is one of my prized possessions. This is a Bugatti rotor from Dutch Bugs. When I first helped him grow his account to 100,000 followers, he sent this out to me as a thank you, and it's been sitting here ever since. I kind of want to turn it into an ashtray, as I do love smoking cigars, or a wall clock. I just haven't had a chance to explore, you know, any designers. I was thinking of actually reaching out to Black Badger and seeing if he wanted to do something with that. So stay tuned. I might do something with that this year. The best part of every day, coming to see my McLaren, seeing how happy she is to see me. We're off to the gym, super pumped. Another cold day, -6, -10 with the wind here in the 6. And my car barely gets warmed up. I get the chance to work out just around the corner, which is always nice. Makes it very efficient to come and go. Tires are a little cold, as you can see. 2 to 3 degrees. One of the constant activities, day to day, week to week, that I absolutely look forward to is going to the gym. Pumps me full of testosterone and adrenaline, and really just cleans out all the cobwebs in my head. Reduces any anxiety, makes me sleep well, and again, pumps lots of testosterone in my body. So still feel young even though I'm almost 40 years old. And yeah, let's see how this workout goes. It's shoulders today. This is my trainer, RJ. Say hi.
Guys?
What are we working out today?
We got a little bit of arm action happening today.
Arms today, eh?
Gun run.
All right, let's do her.
Awesome.
Well, that's a wrap. Arms workout complete. Success. That's some really unfortunate news. And again, I can't share it because it's business related and have to wait until it takes its course. But it just goes to show you that even on an amazing day, going to the gym can get some tough news, can derail you. Being mentally strong in the game, whether you're working for yourself, working for someone, chasing your goals, pursuing your passions, it's one of the toughest things to keep your mind on track, and that's why it's important to keep your body in tip-top shape. So I'll probably be able to share the unfortunate news that I got today in a couple weeks when it runs its course, but until then, just keep working out and keep staying strong. Cheers. Let me tell you a little story about how stressful it was owning a McLaren when I first got it. Prior to buying a McLaren, I had been in and out of short-term leases, leasing 328xi BMWs. Prior to that, before I lost my job, I had a 2002 Subaru WRX, one of my favorite cars of all times, and I had just bought a 2000 BMW Z3M Coupe, another one of my favorite most cars that I've ever driven and owned, and I can't wait to buy one again. Both of those cars were obviously manual, super fun to drive. Both of them were extremely nimble and agile. And when I lost my job, I had to sell them both. I owned them both outright, so I took that money and reinvested it into redeveloping MadWhips and kind of floating my life because I didn't have any income other than a little bit of money coming in from the rental properties. I also owned a rental property company. I owned 3 houses in Guelph where I went to university and was a landlord of 20 to 25 students for almost a decade. And yeah, this car was really stressful when I first got it because it's a $250,000 car, super expensive. When I bought it, it was definitely stretching my budget. When I was out shopping for a car that ultimately the McLaren won, I was really looking at a car that was $100,000 to $125,000. I really wanted to get a Porsche 911 Turbo manual 997 Gen 2, but the prices were just too much because of the US dollar skyrocketing and the fact that manuals were becoming less and less in the Porsche lineup. So all the Americans were coming up to Canada and buying what I could have got a year or two before for like $100,000 for like $120,000 to $150,000, and so it kind of priced me out of getting, you know, a raw manual Porsche. And I went and test drove a couple other cars. I test drove a Cayman. The GT4s weren't out yet. I didn't really want to wait for one. The Cayman GTSs were out, but I couldn't really justify spending, you know, $100,000+ on a Cayman, even the GTS models. And so it just kind of came about when I went and test drove the McLaren Sport Series. It was wintertime, it was December, and I fell in love with it. And the dealership, we kind of made a really awesome deal that kind of worked with me. And it was me going out on the limb, going above my weight class, above what I really should have spent on a car, and getting into this car. So when I got it, you know, I was very nervous. I literally had to nap every day for about 2 weeks because it was so stressful driving this thing around town, just because it was a new drive, new feel, new dynamics. And believe it or not, I'm a bit of a shy guy. So driving this car all over the city for the first time and getting out of it and the doors going up and people just stopping and staring and looking and taking pictures is actually pretty stressful. Yes, it's fun. A lot of people, you know, live for that. That's not what it's always ever been about for me owning a car. I wanted to get a McLaren or a Porsche to drive it, to feel the drive. I'm an actual true driver. I love driving my cars hard. And there's very few cars out there that are as rewarding as a manual Porsche, especially the older ones that you know, are a little bit more analog, a little bit more raw, and you can really feel the road. And so it was a bit of a sacrifice getting into a McLaren that has, you know, the Formula One style paddle shifting, automatic, whatever you want to call the dual clutch system, non-manual basically. That was a huge sacrifice for me, and it took me a couple weeks to really warm up to the car. And it wasn't really until I had the car for about a year, a little bit more than a year, that I really kind of owned the fact that I was driving around as a daily driver in a McLaren. And now I come and go with it like it was, you know, like it's my WRX or a BMW or anything. I don't even think twice about it. And it doesn't really get any negative attention. You know, I get the odd smart-ass comment of like, oh, it must be nice, or, you know, how can you drive that thing in the winter? Well, it's pretty fucking easy, actually, because A, I love to drive. I grew up in Sudbury, so I'm very familiar with winter driving. And see, this is my passion. Like, I didn't buy this to show off. I've got almost 29,000 kilometers on this car. I think it's a true testament to how much I absolutely love to drive vehicles. This isn't for me to show off like most people who buy exotic cars, drive them a little bit so that they don't depreciate. They don't let people sit in them. They go to car shows and they put signs on them. You know how disgusted I am by so many people who go to car shows and put signs in their shit kicker 12Cs that say don't sit in them? It absolutely disgusts me. Like, give me a fucking break. I can barely afford this car. I put everything that I own into buying this car because it's my passion and it represents my brand and my company. And when I go anywhere, I'm late for meetings. When I go for car shows, I let as many people sit in my car as they want, take pictures, you know, as long as they're not disrespecting it and sitting or scratching on the paint with their jeans or buckles. Really, if you want to sit in my car, if you want to come and check it out, if you want to talk to me about my car, I'm all about it. That's absolutely one of the reasons why I love cars, is that I get to share my passions with other people and kind of dispel the myths of the typical owners who own these things. And yeah, there's a small fraction of us who absolutely love to drive these and buy them for that reason. So anyways, that's my little story. Hopefully it didn't scare you away and gave you a little bit of insight as to why I bought the car and what I owned before this. One other thing, I eat my car. Everything from Snickers bars to whatever else it is that we eat when we're on rallies. For James, the Stradman, it's Nutter Butters when he can find them. For me, it's Pop-Tarts. And it's because this is my mobile office and I don't have time to sit at a desk and eat during the day like most people, so I'm always eating on the run. And that's why I use Athlete's Kitchen here in Toronto, is to ensure that even though I'm being as efficient as with my time when I'm rushing, I get a chance to eat healthy, quality nutrition in order to feed my muscles, feed my brain, which again is super important to stay positive, to stay motivated. It's the biggest battle, the mind battle. It's the biggest battle you're gonna have, not the physical battle in life. It's your mind. Your mind controls everything. It dictates your life. So if you can get on top of your mind by hydrating it, drinking lots of water, and feeding it with the best nutrients that you can, and exercising it, you're going to be literally better off than 99% of the people that you are competing with in life. While I was at the gym, I got a little visitor from Thai Poodle. Let's take a look what it is. Nice little thank you card from one of my friends in the city. Wonder what is in here. So cool. Check this out. It's a bunch of wolves on like an engine chain. Sick. Thank you very much, Jose, and thank you very much, Ty. That is a very wolf-like and very manly. Can't wait to wear it. My favorite meals from Athlete's Kitchen, some beef bolognese, grass-fed, with some gluten-free rice pasta, and some delicious broccoli. Look at that steam. Delicious. Time to get to work. Work. Nice. Just banged out a blog post on cats versus dogs, which makes more money and brings you more fame on Instagram. You're gonna want to check it out. A new record for a cat picture due to a lawsuit today. $700-some thousand to Grumpy the cat. And this is what we're eating, which is usually how I eat. Athlete's Kitchen, some roasted turkey breast, all warmed up and delicious. It's like a TV dinner, but in front of a computer and super healthy. Not for me. Not this time. It's snowing out. Nice big fluffy flakes. I don't think we're supposed to get a lot, but enough to make it pretty out for a drive. Ever wonder what it's like to take a McLaren out grocery shopping? Kind of has to be done in little trips. There's actually tons of room in the McLaren. Way more than in Damon's Hurricane. You can probably fit 4 cases of water in here. I've got a little shovel in case I get into trouble doing donuts. And of course, we've got to have a snow brush because we're here in Toronto in Canada and we're getting lots of snow. Well, there you have it. This is the end of day 2 of my 30-day vlog challenge. Thanks to Damon of Daily Driven Exotics. Hope you guys are enjoying the little bit of content that I consider dribble. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for subscribing. Stay tuned for day 3. Cheers.